Coronation Street reveals who finally exposes Theo's behavior. This week, Theo's frightening behavior escalates even further when he slips up, and one resident ends up witnessing the real him beneath the charming exterior. As he continues strong-arming Todd into half-marathon training, Theo eagerly takes on a job from former fling Pete, but goes out of his way to hide it from Todd. In classic gaslighting fashion, Theo twists the situation and accuses Todd of flirting with both Pete and Billy. Despite being blindsided by the accusation, Todd ends up apologizing and promising not to repeat something he never did. Even Pinocchio's creator would be impressed by this level of manipulation. Why does Theo treat Todd like this? Actor James Cartwright sheds light on it. Theo's feelings for Todd are crossing into obsession, he says. His wife won't speak to him, his kids won't speak to him, his work is dead. Todd is genuinely all he has left. The thought of losing Todd terrifies him, so he clings on desperately, and that's when the controlling behavior kicks in. But Theo lands himself in trouble when Sarah Platt spots him looking far too cozy with Pete in the van. Protective as ever, Sarah demands to know whether he's cheating on her best friend, and Theo quickly smooth-talks his way out of it, claiming he secured a high-paying contract with Pete as a surprise for Todd. When Pete mocks her for acting like a guard dog, Sarah lashes out at both men, right as Todd walks up. Disaster. A shocked Todd pulls her aside, and Sarah apologizes repeatedly for stepping in. Theo then plays the role of mediator, suggesting he takes Sarah for a celebratory drink over the supposed contract, while Todd stays home to fill out job applications. After charming Sarah all evening, Theo returns and instructs Todd to cut her off, calling her a toxic influence. Todd is left bewildered when Sarah later texts to say how much she enjoyed Theo's company. What exactly is Theo playing at? It's not something he plans ahead, James explains. It's more that he sees Todd spending too much time with Sarah and decides she needs to be removed from the picture. It comes to him on the spot, and then he manipulates the situation to suit himself, like most narcissists do. Attempting to look like the supportive partner, Theo surprises Todd with a full-length mirror so he can track his progress. But after Todd returns exhausted from training, James Bailey teases him with some harmless flirting, which sends Theo into a silent rage. When James later drops by with fitness gear for Todd, Theo finally loses control and accuses Todd of being attracted to him. Todd denies it, but Theo's anger erupts into a terrifying outburst as he lashes out at a frightened Todd. James reflects on filming the disturbing scenes. They're incredibly tough to shoot. There's a seriousness on set because 1, someone could genuinely get hurt. 2, the story is grim. And 3, we all know it reflects real people's experiences. Domestic abuse happens and it spikes around Christmas, so the team treats the material with a lot of respect. So what happens next? Can Theo and Todd come back from this? James doesn't think so. I'm all for redemption and second chances, he says. But Theo's behavior now shows a repeated pattern he doesn't seem able to change. Each step has intensified slowly. It's like boiling a frog. He's raised the temperature little by little, and the further Todd sinks into this relationship, the more embarrassed he feels, so he makes excuses for Theo's actions. That's exactly where Theo has him right now, and it's an extremely dangerous place for Todd to be. Coronation Street viewers slam ridiculous storyline, but think they've uncovered who really framed Carla. Coronation Street fans believe they've figured out who actually landed Carla Connor in hot water with the police in the latest ITV episode. Viewers have been closely invested in Carla's on-off relationship with DS Lisa Swain for over a year, with the pair affectionately nicknamed Swarla online. But their engagement has been overshadowed ever since Lisa's supposedly dead wife Becky resurfaced earlier this year. When Lisa first arrived, she told everyone that her police officer wife Becky had been killed on duty years earlier. But months ago, the truth came bursting out. Her death had been faked as part of a corrupt police conspiracy, and Becky had been living quietly in Spain the entire time. Since returning, Becky has repeatedly turned up at number 6 without warning, rebuilding her bond with daughter Betsy and subtly working to reclaim her family. In the latest episode, things initially appeared peaceful. Both Carla and Lisa had the day off, and Carla had organized a romantic itinerary for them. But her plans collapsed when she received a frantic call from Underworld saying the police had arrived over a fraud accusation. Racing to the factory, Carla immediately assumed she knew who was behind the allegation. Telling the officer, she snapped, "You know who it is, don't you? Go on then, call her. This is ridiculous. I swear I'll throttle her." When the policewoman tried to open the car door, Carla barked back, "I can manage, thanks. I'm not a toddler." During her interview with Kit Green, Carla vented, "I'd set up a lovely day for me and Lisa. Spa, shopping, our go-to restaurant. Then the not-so-dead ex walks in, hears everything, and suddenly I'm in a squad car. Let's stop pretending and just let me leave." Kit didn't confirm whether Becky had reported her, and before Carla could push further, his superior D.I. Costello, the man who originally staged Becky's death, called him out of the room. When Kit returned, he abruptly ended the interview and gave Carla no explanation. Back home, a furious Carla snapped the moment Becky walked through the door, grabbing her by the collar and shoving her over the sofa. Lisa entered at that exact moment, ordering Carla to stop. Carla shot back, "What? If I'm getting arrested anyway, might as well make it worth it." But the episode delivered a shock twist. Lisa had just come from seeing her boss, who claimed the complaint came from Carla's former business contact, Eli. Fans will remember that Eli was once in line to buy into Underworld, but the deal collapsed after he wrongly accused Sarah Platt of sexually harassing him during a meeting. Stunned, Carla insisted, "It can't have been him. We were fine last time we spoke. I even gave him 40% off. Unless I did have lunch with one of his mates the other day and, well, I slagged him off a fair bit, but not enough for him to go nuclear like this." Carla still didn't buy it entirely. Later at the cafe, she told Ryan she remained convinced Becky had orchestrated the whole thing behind the scenes. Viewers, however, suspect someone else, Kit. He recently came close to a promotion, and fans believe he might be manipulating events. One fan wrote on X, "When Costello said it wasn't Becky, but a client accusing a worker of assault, which just happens to be Kit's partner, I thought that was weird. Maybe Kit's tied into the whole cover-up." Another viewer suggested, "Feels like Costello told Kit not to correct Carla, so she'd go after Becky and do his dirty work for him." A third added, "This plot just gets more ludicrous every week. Costello and Kit clearly lied about Eli making the report. Honestly, wouldn't shock me if Becky had some link to him and teamed up to get Carla stitched up for fraud." Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.